The one bit of good news in the past couple of days is that now some humanitarian aid from the UN has been allowed into Gaza through the
Egypt.
Egypt border. Yes,
Hmm.
I have heard that. A bit of sunshine, a bit of sunshine that right now I'm going to take away. So Israel is Israel bombing the church.
This was a sanctuary for hundreds of Palestinian Christians and Muslims. But for many, it became a tomb. The historic Greek Orthodox Church of St. Porphyrius in Gaza was hit by Israeli airstrikes overnight. The Israel Defense Forces said the target was a nearby Hamas command center. But more than a dozen people who were taking shelter in the church compound were also killed, including the youngest.
This church is almost 1,700 years old and is one of the oldest churches in the world. We've witnessed more than 4 wars, and this is different. It's a total genocide.
Another house of worship in ruins.
Allahu Akbar.
But that didn't stop the call to Friday prayer at this Gaza mosque. And it doesn't stop Ibrahim Al-Agha from opening his heart and his home to dozens of refugees in southern Gaza.
When an explosion happens, they're always screaming, they're always frightened. The younger ones, we try to calm them down, but the problem is the ones that are age 8 and above. Those are the ones that understand what's going on. They can hear and feel.
Wow.
So I knew about the story about their reasoning before I was even pulled that footage. And yeah, because they thought there was a terrorist cell and that's what they was trying to bomb. Let me say this real quick. I don't know that much about it. Like I said, I am not international news organization, but I am very strong on human rights, just human decency. Even if your intel told you that, even if your intel was correct, why would you take that chance?
Mm-hmm.
With any human decency in your head would say, yeah, but that's really close to one of the it adds to the story that it's one of the oldest churches in the world, but it's a church. And you still was like, okay, because this is somehow more important.
You have to look at their narrative. They call them animals. They are not human beings in their mind.
If you're willing to eliminate men, women, and children, they're not the animals. I'm just being real with you.
100%.
Anybody who's willing and capable, Nazis done it during World War II the exact same way for the exact same reason.
Mm-hmm.
That these people was beneath them. No, if you're willing to do that, you're beneath human. I'm so done with trying to pull punches to be more civilized when the death tolls gets into the thousands damn near every day.
Yeah.
So miss me with trying to be more civilized and turning the other cheek. I'm done with that. Because you don't care. I mean, you don't care what we say on this show or shows that's bigger than us. 10 times bigger than us. You don't care what the national news is saying. If they decide to tell the truth, you don't care one way or the other. So why should I? It's heartless, it's degrading, and you're trying to use the protection of your people as a reason to butcher other people.
Yeah, first we'll build up Hamas. We'll let you hit us. And then, because don't tell me they didn't see them coming.
Yeah.
Oh, it is suffering every which way. And It breaks my heart over and over. And still yet, Joe Biden will... I mean, yeah, he did a good thing by brokering the agreement of letting in aid. But he still came home and said we need to still invest billions of dollars into Israel.
And
Make it make sense.
in Israel, let me say this again. I know you're not listening. I'm just always talk to the people who are on the fence on a couple of things like this. And you're right. You're right, Mickey, from yesterday, your comment, why I would not say the word clit. I mean, I know you was joking and everything else, but I would say the word balls. You're absolutely right. Because Israel, why don't you just have the balls to say, yeah, you did it? I mean, you're doing it. So what's the point? There was a part, I remember this. I really was trying to find the film. And the investigation for Israel into the bombing of the church. And he already gave his synopsis of what happened. That whole thing that I told you about, the rocket that burnt out, but somehow had fuel still. But okay. Anyway, and the reporter, who bless their heart, is probably on house arrest now for asking the question, asked in just layman terms, because I can't go verbatim what he said, but it was more or less like, why would we trust you now when other investigations later on come to realize that you lied about it? So why would we trust you on this? And like I said, the dude's probably on house arrest now for even asking that freaking question. But it's a question that at least was asked. Somebody has lied to you over and over again. Why do you even have a press conference coming out saying, "Look, we found the answer. Here's the truth"? Who are you fooling? But you have to not care. That's why you did it. You literally just have to not care. Because you're going to have enough people in society and around the world who is, regardless of what happened, we have people like that over here with MAGA and all of them, that no matter what's said, no matter what proof is shown, no matter, we can have it on film, we can have the person that put their finger on the button to send the rockets up, come on national TV and said that they did it and how they did it, and I'll show you how to do it again. They could have did the whole thing live on air, and you would still come up with an excuse for it. You would still have a reason for it. You would still try to justify it.
Of course.
So, so this world right now, whatever happened to the white man against? Yeah, well, he have work.
They're ongoing.
Yeah, sure it is. That's the longest ongoing investigation. Anyway,
I'll look more into that. But I also just wanted to quickly mention the If Not Now organization. So ifnotnow.org. If you are a Jewish American and you want to stand with the Palestinians because you don't approve of genocide in your name, that's a good organization.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure they do too.